welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related. And today, in my booth, I'm gonna attempt to review... I am gonna rant and rave about this shit. As we always do, let's start off by looking at the box. Probably the best thing about this whole package. Looks really nice. Beautiful cover art on the front of both the figures that you get in the set. Very nice. We have the X-Transbots logo. We have the 86 Locke on the bottom. It's Locke, not Loki. Don't get me wrong. It is Locke, not Loki. John Locke. John Locke was in a wheelchair. Probably where everybody's figures who've bought this will end up. In a wheelchair. Bodily impaired. I think so. On the side it says, if there are still many causes worth sacrificing for, so much history yet to be made. Nice. Then on the top here we have X-Transbots Master Series. Master X Series. Master Failure Series. Then we have on the side we have the X-Transbots logo, the gubbins that he was talking, and then we also have this kind of CAD type drawing here down the bottom, which is nice. They always do something a little secret, and underneath we have their take on Deathsaurus. We'll have to see what that looks like when it comes through, but you can scan this and you can also get through to their Weibo, I believe. That's it for the box, really. It does come through with the most useless destructions I have ever read in my life. If you follow these destructions, guaranteed you will break your figure, so please don't follow these instructions. You do see all of the contents here though, which is great, with two minifigures as well, and the minifigures don't have instructions for them, so that's fantastic as well. Well done, X-Transbots there. You do get some rather nice artwork here though on the back. I'll give them that. And you see some stuff that's coming soon that's hopefully made better than Locke. So now let's take a look at the main event himself, and you're probably thinking, hey, Vector, I watch your reviews. You never start your reviews with a bot in bot mode. Why is he in bot mode? He's in bot mode because during the transformation, and we will get to this afterwards, he broke on me during transformation, which means that he is now unable to be transformed anymore. So we're going to start off by looking at this, and then I will get into all the issues that I had with this dude. Now from the outset you're probably thinking, hey, you know what, actually he looks pretty good. What's wrong? He's an old guy, cigar smoking, looking like he's ready to kick some ass and take on some of those horrible Sharknagons and whip them with their tail all day. Yeah, he looks like that. He looks alright. You know, he's got, it's not the same colour as the Fans Toys version. It is a slightly different blue, but it's still a nice blue. It's a really nice rendition of Cop when you look at it from this distance. He's smoking a cigar like the IDW styling one, which I really like. And as we move through this figure, we have some nice looking paintwork as we go through it, and then we also get some nice orange here, metal for the feet, which is great, which adds some weight to it and makes it feel a little bit premium. We have some hands, we have all kinds of things going on. The back has a rather large backpack, but nothing too bad. He kind of, to me, this looked like an army backpack. You know, commandos, when they go on a commando raid, they have a backpack. Looks like that. And so yeah, overall, he looks like a rather nice figure. What are you talking about? What's the problem? Alright, let's get close up and personal with this dude. Let's start with the head. The articulation is on a full 360, and you get an up and you get down. Nice. On the arms, you get a full 360. Nice. On the arm, you get a nice bend here, and an overextension here on the arm as well. And then, oh, there goes the first problem. Then you get a full twist here on this arm, and you get a hand rotation here, And actually something I really like on this figure, and X-Transbots, you need to start doing this on all your figures. Something I always say about X-Transbots is it's difficult to get the guns in, and it actually opens up so that you can put the gun in and then close the hand down. Wonderful. That is fantastic. That is a leap forward from X-Transbots for me, because that's always a challenge for them. You get some 360 on the waist, and then you do also... Oh, look! Part of him's fallen off already. We'll just leave that to one side, don't worry. He will fall to pieces as I show you the figure. Then also on the leg, you get a full forward, nice sounding ratchet, and then also out to the side. Can he ninja kick? Nah, probably not. I'm not even going to try it. He's got some nice knee articulation there, and toe articulation I'll show you on this side, and you'll see... Oh, nope, the other one's gone now. So there goes the two bits that everybody knew was going to fall off, and then we get some toe articulation here. So we're going to be a bit weird, I guess, and start at the feet. So the feet, as you can see, this one, floppy, 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 and this was straight out the box. So as soon as I got him out, oh yeah, this looks all right. What's that? Yeah, that's good. That's good. And, oh, all right. So that toe, completely floppy. This one works perfectly. This is floppy as anything. You've already seen, and anybody who follows the X-Transbots page, according to X-Transbots, you can glue this on. You can glue it back on yourself if you would like to, but you can just put it on. You can see the crap glue. Oh, actually, you used to be able to see the crap glue that they've used. Nah, not very good. So that's that. Then also during transformation, I'll show you more about this, but my leg here, that broke off during transformation, during the bit where it goes like this, but I'll show you more about that on the second bit. In robot mode, other challenges we have, this whole area is loose. Some people have been saying that this should plug into the top. That's not factual. That's not true. If you check the pictures, these are always supposed to be the skirts at the back, even though it looks like it's got these grooves for this to go into. That's certainly not the pictures that came through. So if you are trying to put those in to make it all locked down, then don't, because if you manage to, number one, you'll break your figure, and second of all, you just lock down the waist and the hips. So that doesn't make much sense to be able to do that. Then we come to the back here, and we can see here's the tab, here's the hole. The tab is the wrong shape. I mean, that is the wrong shape to go in there, so this will just flap about basically because it doesn't clip it. Nothing you can do to make this clip into there, because that tab just doesn't work. You have this tab here, which is just a swine to get in. It does tab in, but it's not ideal. It's not great. These hand tabs are loose as anything, so you get this little tab here with this bit, and I mean, you saw it before, but they just constantly just flap about. They're really loose. They just flap about all over the place. First transformation that I did, scuffed all around here, and I transformed it, and I had no clearance issues and nothing, but this area here, this all scuffs so easily. Another challenge I had with this figure was this piece here. Now this you'll see during the transformation when I show you that little bit there. I've had to glue this back on my figure because the nut was too tight and it just sheared off during the transformation. So yeah, I mean, he falls to bits. He is really loose. His arms actually feel okay. I think he can hold the guns and all this kind of stuff. But this all just feels really sketchy. You can see this is all really loose around here, and this is how he came. You know, he's just really loose. So this dude comes with quite a lot of accessories. So you can see that he comes with different faces to start with. So you can see here he has this face here, which is rather nice, and he has this face here, and all you do is just pull the front bit off here. So it's really easy. There's not much that holds everything together. Oh. I say it's really easy, and then it never really is when you come to do it on camera. So it just comes off like that, and then he can just put a new face on. I'm just going to put his cigar back on. So that's really easy. Gives you a few different looks if you want it with the figure. Personally, for me, I always knew that the cigar smoking one was the one that I was going to go with. Then also he comes with hands, and I think the main difference with these hands is I think these ones just give him some fatter fingers, really. So it's whatever you really want. So you can remove the hands just like that, and then you can put the fatter hands on, but that feels a lot looser, if I'm honest. But I'll tell you one thing, if you leave the fatter hands on when you do the transformation, they're not going to work. Other accessories he comes with is this gun, which is kind of G1 accurate. It's not the same color as the G1 gun, but it is a G1 accurate gun, which is rather nice, I guess, for to have. Then they just fit in the hand like this. With the new opening of the hand, it's a lot easier to get the guns to go in on these X-Transbots figures, so well done for that. Even though right now I can't appear to be able to tab this one in, but I will try. Yeah, there we go. So he holds his gun like that, which looks pretty good. He looks all right with that gun. But of course, and I think this is the one of the reasons why I wanted to pick up this figure, is he comes with a fully articulated Sharkticon tail, and that's the main thing that I wanted from this figure. I love this. I think this is really cool. So he can hold his Sharkticon tail. That's definitely how he will be displayed. Other figures that he comes with are these two attempts at being Target Masters, and these are awful. Compared to the one that you get with Scourge, and that's my only other one that I have from X-Transbots, these are just terrible. I mean, if we look at if we look at Hot Rod's one, you can see here straight away scuff marks. As soon as you move this, and this feels smooth, so I think this was the way that it was painted, straight away scuffed on there. Then when you come to do the transformation on these dudes, for starters, they're not in the instructions, so you don't know if you're doing something correct or incorrect with them. But I'll just do what I believe is the correct transformation for this, and someone can tell me if I'm doing this wrong. There's no instructions, so I'm pretty sure. But I've looked at the picture that I've seen online of how this should be when it sits on top of Hot Rod's car, and it's something akin to this, right? But for them to be able to hold it, because there's the grips, this handle needs to go through the feet and come out the bottom. The size of the tab that they have put there means that it will go to here, and then, see if I can get a focus, look at the size of that tab. There is no way I am getting that through there without breaking it. So that puts an end to the transformation of this. So I have a minifigure that's a Target Master that can't turn into a gun. So that's 2 figures out of the 3 that can't transform correctly. And that is just ugly. I mean, look at it. I'll bring out the one that I got with Scourge's one. And you'll see, they can do this shit. This is absolutely awful. Move on to the one that cups Target Master, and then this one, its head, you get some nice articulation from this one. Full 360 on both of them, on both the arms. Just give you a quick overhaul of the articulation. Again though, on this one, it's slightly better. There's no issues around the paint on this one, but issue with this one. So if I go to, I can have the guns like this, but obviously his legs can't move. So the way that you're supposed to do it is you're supposed to have the guns on this one go all the way and fold down, which is a little bit nicer. It's better than the other one. This one, that doesn't go any further than that on this one. So I can have them only like this, or I can have them like this, but I can't have them both the way that they're supposed to be, which is like that. So again, doesn't transform properly into the gun that it's supposed to transform into. Well, into the bot mode, sorry, but it can transform into the gun. So I'll do that very quickly so you can see how that actually looks for this one, because this kind of looks the way that you'd expect for cups. So There's the gun mode here for cup, or at least I think it's the gun mode, because again there is no destructions. So you can see here in Cup's hand, it's just a bit ugly, isn't it? It's a bit big, a bit ugly. It's not the best. So just for a quick comparison here then, you can see the one that came with Scourge's Target Master here, and you can see there's a huge difference, one, in size, but I do guess that's because of the way that it needs to scale with the figure, because obviously Scourge is a bigger figure than this, but this is clean. Look at how cool this looks. This is a great figure. Everything looks the way that it should. Everything holds together. Look, there's nothing hanging off the back, but these two, these all look crap. Crap! So before we look at the comparisons of this, let's move into the reason why he is in this form and what happened when I tried to transform him. So this is the reason that we're not doing the fully transformed version. I got to, in fact I got a little bit further than this with this transformation, so you can see that I've fully done the front here. This all needs sorting out a little bit, but it will go in there. But as I was doing it, bits fell off. So the first bit that came off was this section here, and you can see here that you have it's just sheared off. So the bit that it came off originally when I pulled the screw out is this tiny, see if you can focus on it, this tiny bit that sits in the recess here underneath. So it was actually in there, so you can see the one that's still on, that's here. So this joint here that moves up and down there actually has this bit recessed into it, and you can see how small this is that holds this whole joint in there. Now the screw that's in there was, I believe, too tight. So when I moved it like this, and then obviously because of the transformation I've moved it a couple of times, this just sheared off. It just completely came off in my hand. So I think it's possibly because the screw, you can see the screw that's in that one, I think the screw might have been too tight or it was damaged already, I don't know. But this is the first piece. This came off in my hand, so I was like, oh well, I'll continue. I started transforming the legs. I've actually transformed these back, and of course, as with most people, this section here, which has now been made famous by the post on Facebook, these just sprung off and pinged across the road. I was like, all right, I knew that was going to happen. I can glue this back on. You can see their glue isn't that great. It's just shining there. But the main thing, and this is what stopped me from doing the transformation, is this section here. So we can see that you have to transform the leg by pushing it this way. This one works perfectly. No problem, no nothing. This side, when I tried to do it, was stuck and would not transform the same way as this one. And then finally, when I did actually get it to move, it just completely broke off. I did try to then glue it back onto this little pin, because this pin here does move inside, but no, it didn't have any of it, so it's stiff again. But yeah, so this just completely came off in my hand, and at that point I just lost all faith in it and decided I was just going to give up. I transformed these legs back from the wheel mode, because I did try to glue the pin back on there to see if I could get it to work again, so I had to stand it up overnight, but it didn't work. While I'm in this mode though, I will say I had no real trouble getting the head to go through. I didn't need to remove the head. The clearance was not a problem for me, but all I would say is when you're doing it, don't follow the instructions. X-Transbots, actually, the video on the X-Transbots Facebook, it's about half an hour long, but it is worth seeing how they get that head through there, because that's what I followed. But the basic rule, make sure everything in here is out. So take all the wheels out, the arms, make sure this is completely clear, and then you'll have the full flexibility of this to get that head into the position there. But that's as far as I got. That's as far as I'm going. Don't buy this. So I shared everything on my Instagram account. You can go and follow me there if you want to see some other things that are happening with the channel and stuff and things that I share on there. And I want to say a big thank you to everybody who saw the humorous side of this and helped me see the humorous side of this while I was fairly frustrated. So massive thanks to Orion Gahaya, I really hope I'm saying that correctly, who commented, I mean, his leg does come off in the movie, so it's so accurate. Beautiful. Well played, my sir. Well played. So now let's do the comparison before this dude sits on my shelf, never to be touched again. So it's time for all the comparison, and this is my favourite figure in my entire collection, X-Transbots Scourge, which is why it really pains me to have to absolutely demolish this piece of trash that they have just released, because they can do it. They can make fantastic figures, and these two do look great together. My second favourite figure in my entire collection. This dude is so awesome. This was actually my first ever X-Transbots figure, and I adore this figure. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It is my second favourite figure in my entire collection. You can see he stands just taller than it. X-Transbots, what are you doing? Get your act together. So time for my final thoughts on this figure, and let me just start by saying I love X-Transbots. I have to be really careful on this channel the moment because I am being very critical of the way that X-Transbots are at the moment, their business practices and their figures, but it definitely comes from a place of love. Somebody did accuse me the other day of being a fans toys lover. I don't own any fans toys, so definitely not. Never had any of their figures. Probably will get one day, but I am X-Transbots all the way. They're the figures that I buy the most from third party, actually. And this is such a letdown. They absolutely need to pull themselves together. They can do it. They can make good figures, but this is not it. Do not buy this figure. It is trash from start to finish. It is trash. It falls apart, bits come off, and if you go to X-Transbots, they've got a post that says you can just glue it back together. So you know what, that's what I've done. Down the bottom here I've used no more nails to glue it back together. I will never transform this figure. I will never touch this figure. I will clean this figure, and that is it. I'm all in for Virtus, I think. But after Mr. Egg, which I gave it a pass. I gave Mr. Egg a pass. I cannot give this the same pass because it falls apart. It doesn't do its job of a transformer. It falls apart. You have to glue it back together. I cannot let that pass at all. I'm in for Virtus, I think. But if Virtus is bad, then I think I'm out for good with X-Transbots. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. This is really not what X-Transbots needed to be releasing right now. And if you take a look online, it's not just me with this. I have not been able to find anybody who is happy with their figure who has tried to transform it. I'll see you in my next video. In a bit. Peace!